Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Here's another look for you guys that I'm going to be doing right away. You know me, I just get to the point. So we're going to go ahead and start with our eyebrows. That's pretty much just how I start. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Pomade in brown, I believe, or dark brown. And I will show you guys in a little bit the pomade, but I'm just going to start going ahead and outlining the eyebrow, filling it in lightly in the front, and then going a little bit darker on the back. I like my eyebrows to be on the thinner side. I actually think that looks best on my face, just because when I do have thicker eyebrows, I feel like it just makes my face look even bigger and rounder. So this is just the way I'm doing it. But yeah, just a little bit at a time. And yes, fill that baby in. And by the way, guys, if you guys see me talking or it looks like I'm talking in the video, I'm actually singing along. I have like the early 2000s, 90s pop music going on, so I am really having a karaoke time right now. So just don't mind me and my faces and my dancing. I'm in the moment. And now, guys, moving on to foundation. Well, this is going to be actually my base for my eyelids. I like to use this foundation in particular because it is very thick. It is super pigmented, and I feel like the eyeshadows really stick to it. So I'm going to be using this both to clean up my eyebrows, and also I'm going to be using the same foundation with a beauty blender, or in this case, a Real Techniques sponge if I'm being exact, um, on my lid as a base. But you'll be seeing that coming up right now. So yes, now I'm using the foundation for my base. A little bit goes a long way with this foundation, guys. Look just how much coverage it has. And I'm trying to be careful with my eyelashes not to really get that foundation on them because it is a pain in the booty to take it off. So I'm just trying to really stick to having that only be on the eyelids and not my eyelashes. But yeah, look at the coverage. It is huge. It's a lot. It's a lot of makeup. So once I get it nice and blended in, I go ahead and use my Too Faced settings. Wait. Too Faced setting powder. See, I'm a hot mess. But I use a Too Faced setting powder to really set that foundation in, and then be able to go ahead and go with my eyeshadow. So I'm using this palette by Anastasia, and I'm going to be using the color Supreme. It's a really light pink color. What I do like about this color though is that it is packed. Oh, I feel like some of the consistencies and some of the actual way that the Anastasia's powders are made really, I feel like they're very thoughtful because certain powders are more loose and certain of the powders and certain of the powders are more like really built in. This is one of them because pink and blue are one of those hard colors where you can fuck up very easily. So sometimes being able to build it up is better than just having that color just be right there. Just like there's this brown color that they have. I know you guys know which one I'm talking about. That one is super loose, but in comparison to this pink powder, this one is a whole lot more work. You really have to build it up and build it up to get that color. It's really pretty. It's really nice. It's just, it takes a lot more effort, but at the same time, it's good because you're able to manage it better. So just keep building and keep blending, building and blending, back and forth action. Now we're going ahead and using the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia. We're going to go with this darker pink called Love Letter. I love it. It's so pretty. It's like this like pink slash reddish color. It's not, it's I guess similar to magenta, but it's just doesn't have that much of like brightness to it. Anyways, we're going to focus that one more in our outer corner and right on our crease. That's going to be kind of where the major color pop is going to be in. So I wanted this to be like a soft pink look. Well, not too soft, but you know, soft enough, not where my eyes are looking red or pink, you know. So this color, this red, this Love Letter shadow is a whole lot more loose than the other pink one was. So like I said, each of the powders or each of the eyeshadows have like a different type of powder consistency to it. So this one is a little bit easier to build up. Now going ahead with the James Charles and Morphe collaboration, I'm going to go ahead and use this darker pink. Slightly different from the Anastasia one. And I love this palette because you get all the colors in this one. But I really wanted to use the other light pink from Anastasia just because, like I said, it's easier to manage and be able to build up. But this one, again, I'm focusing on the outer corner and just right on the crease, but on the outer crease. Not so much in like I did with the other one. And with this one, I'm using a different brush. So it's a little bit more just thinner. That way you can get the concentration of shadow in that certain area without making it be too messy. Now back to the other palette. And we're using that pinker color, the same one that we started with, just to kind of help and blend out these little areas. With these colors, you're just going to be going back and forth on blending. So we're just going to keep going back and forth with all the palettes. And again, back to this color. Now we're just going to be using this to really just blend out the outer edges of the eyeshadow. Just because it's looking like there's a lot of color going on in the crease, so I just spread it out. Now using a concealer, any kind of concealer, I'm using the Too Faced concealer just because I need to get rid of it. I'm not a huge fan of it. It was way too light. I bought it probably a year ago, so I'm just trying to get rid of it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. It doesn't have to be perfect just because I'm not going for the perfect halo cut crease look. So just dabbing it in. And then once that is set, I'm going to use this like off-white, just plain matte color eyeshadow from the Anastasia palette. And this is pretty much going to be my setting eyeshadow. I could have actually used the setting powder, but I wanted to use this one because it's a little bit off-white. And now using the Wet n Wild foundation, which I have not used in probably a year. I'm going to go ahead and use this one just because I didn't want to waste any of my good foundation. I mean, we're in quarantine. After this look, I was pretty much just going to take it off. So I'm not trying to waste any foundation here. So I did skip a little bit through all the blending because you know it's a lot of blending. Blend, 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 blend. So make sure you get it on your neck too, especially because this particular color is light for me. I'm trying to make sure that I have that same color on my neck. And again, using the Wet n Wild concealer. I actually really do like this concealer, to be honest. It's just a little bit too light for me right now because of my tan. But I'm still making it work. We're going to make it work. And a little bit does go a long way. I don't like a lot of concealer, so I'm not really worried about it. But I do like a little bit of brightness in those areas. But yeah, I'm looking really ghosty right now. Like men be ghosting women. One side is nice and set, you really want to go ahead and use some setting powder right away. Especially for me, I do crease up pretty easily underneath my eyes. And now I'm going to go ahead and start applying those eyeshadows on my lower lid. starting off with that pinker color, which is a soft pink color. And it's really weird because now that I'm using a different brush, obviously it's applying a whole lot more concentrated than it was on the lid. But that's just what happens. It really depends on the brushes and on the powders that you use. Now with a little bit of the darker color, the darker pink color, I'm going to go ahead and use this on the half outer corner of my bottom eyelids or eyelashes or bottom bottom crease. I don't know what you want to call it. And then again, going back with the light pink color, I'm using that to kind of blend out those edges, looking a little rough. And I'm going ahead with this kind of really light highlighter color from the Anastasia palette right in the inner corner of my eye, just because the whole look is pretty matte. I wanted to add a little bit of a color in. And now using my Morphe contouring palette, I'm going to start making sure that I don't look this ghostly because I am looking pretty light right now. And I want to add some color and I want to make sure that I'm looking like the rest of my skin of my body. So this is I actually really like this process nowadays. Before I did not like it, now I really do. I take my time contouring and adding the different colors to really make sure it sculpts my face. So I used the light one just to kind of go all around, and now I use the darker contouring color specifically on my cheekbones and on my lower jawline. Oh goodness, this is a hot mess. My jawline, period. There's no lower or upper. But you can already tell the difference. I have a pretty round shaped face, so contouring goes a long way for me. One day, when I'm like 30 something, 40 something, I'm gonna lose these cheeks and then boom, my jawline and my cheekbones will pop out. But until then, contouring is gonna have to do the trick. But you can already tell the different way my bones are looking, face structure is going. I'm already here feeling myself, I can see. Okay, Damaris, focus, focus. And now we're going to go ahead and contour the nose. This really does make a huge difference. I don't feel like I have a thick nose or a wide nose, but definitely contouring makes a huge difference. You guys will get to see right now. It's going to look really snatched. Giving myself a little nose job. Okay, next time you guys need to not let me sing or put music like this because I'm totally losing track. One of my favorite things is lower lash mascara. I absolutely love it. I feel like it just really makes the look different, pretty much. I feel like it makes my eyes look bigger when I do lower lash mascara, especially using this one by Milani. It is bomb. I love it. Now going ahead using a lip gloss from Anastasia. Yeah, it was a little bit too much, a little bit too bright for my liking. I like more of that neutral, soft, natural color. But, you know, we're going with the pink vibes, so it only goes well if we're doing a whole pink look. And I could have lined my lips, honestly, if I really wanted to, which you guys will get to see in other videos how I lined my lips and do the lip gloss and everything, so it makes my lips honestly look a lot more plumper. But I didn't feel like doing it this time, and you know, looking through lip liners and stuff, so I just did it this way. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set my makeup, freshen it up, no cakiness. Oh, the fun process of drying out your setting spray. Once it's set, I like to go ahead and lay those baby hairs because I have a lot of baby hairs. I usually find it a little bit trickier when I have my parting right in the middle of my head. I find it a little bit harder for me to do and style my baby hair. I don't know why. I do a lot better when my hair is parted sideways. But It's fine, it's whatever. Baby hairs, baby hairs. And I like using Suavecito, it's bomb. And sometimes I use Suavecito for my eyebrows too. When I need to set them in, I'll go ahead and use Suavecito for my eyebrows too. It works fine. A little goes a long way. So I'm also setting the little top hairs. Sometimes you get a little bit of flyaways and you want to make sure they're nice and set. Okay, I really need to stop singing. I'm out here distracting my own self as I'm doing this voiceover. So now just touching up the hair, straightening it out, nice and slick. I actually like mine mainly like curled or wavy, but you know, sometimes you gotta switch it up and get a sleek hair. And that's it, guys.
This is the final look. I like how I always like really angle it weird. This is the final look. I have not done a color in a very long time. So is it super cute? I like that it's matte right here on the lid. The little semi halo, and then they have you have your shine right there in the inner corner. The lip gloss is pink. It's just pink vibes. So this is a really cute look. I don't know how I feel about the foundation. It's weird because I felt like it used to be more, like I felt like it was a little bit more hold on, the lighting, like it used to be more dewy, but it looks like no. And the only good thing I feel is that I didn't have to use my other foundation, my Estee Lauder foundation. So I was like, okay, fine. Since I need to pretty much just get rid of this one, might as well put it to use and do a couple of looks before I throw it out. And yeah, I really like this look. Like, this is such like baby girl vibes, totally 90 vibes. And I listened to like all, well, was it 90s or early 2000s? Early 2000s. And I just listened to it as I was doing my makeup, and I was totally getting into it. So yeah, this is the look. I'll do it close up. Super cute. It looks really nice. I like it. I'm gonna take a couple of pictures just so you guys can see how it looks. Oh, the lighting over here is better. Well, now I know for the next video. We'll shoot from over here than over here. You see that? I think because I have the other lamp there. Wow. Wow. But it's okay. We're gonna do a couple of other videos coming up, so I just know to shoot from this side now instead of the other side. But yeah, so hope you guys like this look. And just I'm gonna be doing another smoky eye. I really want to do eyeliner, but I have eyelash extensions, so that's pretty hard to do with eyelash extensions. But I'll probably be doing some smoky eyes. Yeah, so stay tuned till next video.